So here's something I've been talking with some colleagues about, and it got me thinking about what you might consider. Anyway, so it's about pre-event surveys. So it's about kind of when you're designing that session, maybe sending a series of standard questions out to participants to maybe gather some data to give you a leg up into the actual facilitated session. Maybe help you save time, help you think about how you structure things, think about what the exercises are. What do you think?
Yeah, it's interesting. I was curious, could you give me an example? But I see this as part, could be preparation beforehand, in addition to gathering data, but would you come up with an example of what you would ask?
I think one of the interesting things is to compare it to what really old, kind of the oldest kind of sort of facilitation that you come across, which would be a call for agenda items, right?
Yeah.
So if you're a committee meeting, you'll say, well, give me the agenda items by this point in time. Then when the agenda items come in, then you know how much time to have on the agenda items. So similarly, if I was to ask maybe quite an open question of a group, then those responses might let me see what I would need to do with the time and how I could structure it. So I've not given you a specific example, but is that enough, do you think? Do you get it?
Yeah. I think it's interesting. It means that you might be able to spend less time in the session kind of preparing, but you do that beforehand. People need to think through a couple of things. I would also see there could be stuff that would be not suited to do that beforehand. You need to do it in the session because of complexities, or it needs to be facilitated. But I like the idea of doing that pre-event survey to gather information and have a little think through it before.
I think as long as we're doing it in the best interests of the group to empower their process, I think that's the key.